Namaste, Sat Sri Akal, good afternoon, and a warm welcome to everyone at Motherhood Club. This is Ekta Sehgal Malhotra, founder and Chief Strategy Officer, Motherhood Club. I'm delighted to be here on an afternoon talking to a very powerful woman, the month of Women's Day. Well, I don't think women need one single day or a month because they serve the entire universe in any and every form. The guest today is Dr. Nancy Juneja, Chairperson, MENTORx Women, RevUp Skills, founder of RevUp Skills, and the list is so illustrious that if I go on and on, I'm sure I will take away all the time. But let me introduce Dr. Nancy Juneja in my own words. A woman who stands for herself as a first. Then she stands for all the women who need that little bit of a nudge to be able to identify their inner potential. And of course, a very important aspect about Dr. Nancy Juneja is she is working for the betterment of the future, which is our children. Coming from the education space, a well known name, who's helping many individuals across age group to hone up their skills, their personality, the way they talk, the way they walk, the way they look, and shape up their future. I think that sums it all about Dr. Nancy Juneja. So, a warm welcome, Dr. Nancy, at Motherhood Club. What a pleasure and delight to have you here.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Ektaji. I must say, what a delight to hear your own intro early, I guess not early morning, but still, in the morning itself, which peps you up for the day. I feel welcomed and really honored to be at Motherhood Club. As the name suggests, we all are proud to be mothers. And that's our introduction more than anything else. So thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Good to be here.
Absolutely. So I have been watching, hearing, seeing all the amazing work that Nancy is doing. And somewhere, when I read about her more and more, I feel connected to her because I think she is truly an empowered woman who has been, working for many. But I think until and unless you first work upon yourself, you cannot actually thumb the table and put that formula for many others. Nancy also
Wow.
believes that education has to be structured for kids in the way that they will be able to identify their own potential. So, Nancy, I'm going to take you back to those younger days, to the initial days of your life, because I think what we are today is a product of what we have experienced all throughout our journey in life. So, how was Nancy as a child? How were your growing years?
Wow, now this is really beautiful. There comes in a time in everyone's life, Itaji, when you ask yourself, how did you get here? I mean, how did you reach where you are? And you touched the code so well. I mean, what all you spoke about me, she's been here and she's doing this, everything is well said and done, but very rightly said. Whatever I am, it is not a overnight story. It is not, something that whatever you see, I have been honed by that probably a month ago, a week ago. It is the inner conditioning. It is a deep root inner conditioning that you get from your childhood, from the family you belong, from the people you have spent the time with, from the mentors you have come across in your journey. There is so much which, makes you yourself. As the name suggests, no one to someone, the title of today's rightly apt titled episode. I must say that talking about my childhood, with the grace of God, I've been blessed with a family who is running educational institutions since 3 decades. So I feel education is in my DNA to transform others, to take out the latent capability of others, and make them the pole star, the brightest star, to make them believe that yes, you can do it. That is inbuilt in me because that is what my parents did with me. That is what my mentors did with me. I am giving back to society what I got from them only. So what you said is exactly right, that whatever we are, it is the product, we are the product of our upbringing. So yes, my childhood has been like any other child, full of nourishment, full of love. In childhood we say there is no tension, there's no responsibility, everything, your parents are being taken care of, your family is being taken care of. And yes, they are the one who say that, Nancy, go ahead, there's a pat on your back always, we are with you, learn this, learn that, and so on. It just goes on. That time we feel as children that we are always on running, learning something or the other. But later we realize, I mean, I cannot tell you how much I thank my mom now to made me the reason of my being, my parents, particularly whatever I am today. Because at times when we grow up, we don't get chance to thank them. We are so busy in our lives. But ultimately, you're right. It is all what they have done. They made us do a particular sessions, particular course, schooling. They choose our mentors. And when in our childhood, if I feel there was not just a one dull moment. I mean, either I was in my school as a student, or in weekends I used to go in our school, in our family schools, to learn sports like, I mean, table tennis, horse riding, billiards. I was always learning art and craft. So it was always learning. I feel more than life that I have lived today, I was either a student or a mentor. So the childhood was this, and what you see in my present, I've been doing this since ages.
Absolutely.
Over to
So,
you.
yes, so as Nancy mentioned that she hails from a family which has been into education. So naturally, education came naturally to her. But let me tell you that she was just a teenager when she started mentoring the students of the school, which is being run by the family. Nancy, sometimes as they say that you had the infrastructure, the school was already there, you grew up, right? And then, of course, you did your economics, and then there was a little bit of a dip in your life. Like all girls, we go through a certain process. We study, and then comes a time where our parents ask us to do something which most often than not, many of us try to push it back. What was that phase of your life?
I want to add in something here. What you told upon that the school was there, infrastructure was there. So, frankly, it was there, it was running very well, yes. But no girl of a family was allowed ever to work. I'm the first girl of my own family to work. And trust me, when I was a teenager, I didn't started mentoring from my school at all. So maybe I've not spoken this at any forum. I'm speaking at your forum. So my parents were like, go in office and sit and just enjoy your life and grow the girl, give their education, get married. That was my own thing. That was the thing that they wanted, like all my sisters have done in a joint family system. I worked in almost 25 schools before entering my father's school. I worked in outside the schools, and there was a question raised that why are you working in other school and you're not coming to your own? Because I wanted to prove myself. I wanted to do a research in Indian education system. Infrastructure was there, but I never wanted to sit in a building and just to be known as my father's daughter. Not at all. I wanted to do a research in Indian education. I worked in n number of schools to start with. I actually got stipend from each school I worked with, and my parents, my grandparents were against me. That what are you doing? If they know that you're daughter of ours, family, they will. Feel weird that why don't you enter your school. I said no, I want to have boss my own experience. I want to have myself as an education researcher. That was my own profile building, because education I've seen in my school that gave me an impetus to see what is lacking in it, not in school, in Indian education system. Because we are teaching subjects here, we're teaching subjects, math, social science, civics, geography, everything. But to ace in today's world, as you are doing, you successful woman yourself, me and many others who are watching us right away, you know trust me, it is not a subjects we are using today. I mean, trust me. So there is a bit more which is needed. Life skills, how you speak, how you are a people person, your decision making ability, your extracurricular, your vocational. I mean, you yourself are a wonderful poet. I have written around, 10, 12 books, co-authored them, and two of my maiden books. So, I feel today we are a poet, we are author, we've come as a news panelist, we are radio. I mean, we are recording shows in All India Radio every week. We're doing so much by our extracurricular things that we did, not from the bookish knowledge that we did. So it was, you
Absolutely.
can say, my fetish, my obsession for research in Indian education that made me travel around 45 countries as of now to research in Indian education and to work in around 25 institute. Then I entered my school just to tell them ki boss, there is something else than the books and I want to introduce that. And then they said, okay, wow, this day she's going to all these schools. So, wow, she's not just the daughter of family. Let's hear her out. So,
Absolutely. And I intentionally brought that up and I just mentioned about your school because I wanted that story, because that story was missing somewhere when I read about it. So
yeah.
thank you so much for sharing
So,
it. And before we go ahead, thank you everyone who have joined us on a working day at 12 p.m. because we understand that, we all are at our workspace. So thank you so much. And Nancy, a few comments for you that one, Mr. Mukesh Bhatnagar, Ela, everybody is welcoming you. And Ela is saying that the way we have been parented, we have that effect on our parenting roles and goals also. Very rightly said. Umangji is saying hello to you. Once a
thank
learner,
you.
always becomes a mentor. And you are an inspiration, Umangji is saying. Teji is saying that building your own profile was a great way. And Ida says that you have a deep understanding of every fabric of education.
Oh my
So
God. Thank
obviously,
you.
a
Thank
lot
you.
of people know you and they know the amazing work that you do. But the story, that blip that came into Nancy's life was that, like any other girl, hailing from a North Indian family, and as she says, she's the only one who's working from her family, was proposed marriage after she completed her graduation. But did Nancy agree to pursue the matrimonial alliances, or what happened there?
Wow, no, this is entirely other story. You are actually, touching the chords. It said, it is over the interviewer to take the best out of the person, and you are doing the best job ever. So, namaskar to everyone who has given us such warm comments and the people who are joining us. I'm sure this interview will set new records, not just for both of us, but for many women who want to voice on their story, but they are voiceless because of something or the other which bothers them. That thing which we say log kya kahenge, but trust me, if we think upon log kya kahenge, log kya samjhenge, so what will they do? They will be idle. So don't think about what others are doing, just follow your heart. That is what I kept doing all my life. I mean, baat unki hoti hai jinme koi baat hoti hai, isn't it, Ekta ji? So
Absolutely.
so I feel, to all the people who will be viewing us later, of course I'll be sharing this story to all those who want to come here on this channel and share their story as a mom entrepreneur on this wonderful motherhood club. I'll say what you said: maternity, marriage, and mobility has to come in each one's life, and we are very blessed, to be known as a wife, as a mother, as a daughter, sister. We are, wearing all these different outfits throughout the day. We are
Correct.
playing all these roles. These are all roles that we play in a journey called life. But this life is ours. I was born as a girl, not even as Nancy. Nancy, the name is also given by my parents. I've not chosen it. So, mera kya hai? It is my talent. It is my skills. That is there, and that is going ahead. Whatever designations we are adding, Dr. Nancy Juneja, Global Chairperson, MENTORx, Founder RevUp, or Mentor of Change, whatever is being given by society for our talent. So we have to understand it. And yes, every girl has been told by the father, like I was told, that decide your career after your wedding. कि ओके स्कूल है फैमिली का, इसका शौक है, शी इज क्रिएटिव, कम ऑन एंड डू सम चेंजेस, then get married, get sorted, and do according to your husband whatever you want to do. That is what we hear. Life is sorted. After your wedding you start something, then people will tell you to plan your family. Then they will say first child, second child, plan career after your second child, you know, when everything is smooth. Why don't you do that? So all these things that any girl hear in their journey, I also heard. I am a typical, product of a wonderful Punjabi family. I'm very happy to be their product. But yes, I am my own too. So, like any other girl, my father just said me one thing, that, you know, each girl is dependent upon their father when she's unmarried, on her husband when she's married, and when she grows up, she's somehow dependent on her son. And that is particularly true. To do something which makes you out of these three, that was in my mind. So thankfully, my parents understood me. But being from the joint family culture, it started around 18, 19. I didn't even, it was a culture, graduation, and then get sorted, get married, and have a wonderful life ahead. So, and the wonderful life is, waking up late and going to so and so parties, enjoy life. That is also good. That is good. I do that also. So I'm not telling to each and every woman that it is very important to be career oriented, to work and all that stuff. But I'm just saying, follow your heart. Do what your heart desire. So from the age of 18, marriage was consistently following me like anything, like my shadow. Like, graduation was khatam hua, next day, we get her settled and all. So settled in Punjabi families is getting married. So frankly, this is the story. So yes, I was not running away from it. I have seen wonderful, beautiful examples of the wedding in my family. But I had something in me. I said, how I'm not able to love myself, how someone will love me? I mean, what I've done, just education. So I just told my parents and convinced them that give me 5 years of my life. Rather, that time I said 1 year, then I postponed it to 2 years, 3 years, four, five. So I keep on asking 1 year of my life, that, that I want to live my life my way. I want to have a lot of experience. I never wanted to, enter my family school, never entered also. I just, seen what is there, and I started doing my educational research side by side. So, yes, I keep on postponing them. I mean, if I remember the kind of, the proposals I have met and all, I can't tell. And, I'm not no more, I'm no, not like Aishwarya Rai or Sushmita or anyone in the world. I am Nancy, my own. So people used to ask me, my family used to ask me that what is happening? Everything is good. Alliances are good. Why don't you say yes? But the yes was not coming from heart, because there were three words which was in my mind that time: passion, profession, and independence. And trust me, marriage to kai m to dur dur tak nahi tha. So I was not able to see it. So but then I, of course, the time passed. I started on my career experience. I worked with Standard Chartered for 2 years with my campus placement. I completed my master's. They saying you for the first time. I don't know how much time it is. I completed my master of 2 years, telling my family that it is just a 1 year course. Please let me do after graduation. And then I told them 1 year I'm doing my campus training, but I was doing my master's only. So I've done all kind of things to make me what I am today, so that I can love myself. And then I said yes to marriage, that okay, now I'm ready for it at the age of 24, 25. And yes, I got married to a wonderful soul who is helping me. I feel he has given wings to me after wedding. I feel there's always tug of the war. जरूरी नहीं है कि हम कहें कि हम बहुत सारे challenges हैं and rags to rich story सुनाएं. अच्छी stories होती हैं और बनानी पड़ती हैं. So I feel there were many challenges which we'll talk, but yeah, marriage was a beautiful chapter which happened, and I am blessed with it.
Wonderful. And I love this passion, profession, and independence. And, when you were saying that you were trying to push it by a year, two, three, four, it so resonates with me because perhaps not after graduation, but after my post graduation, when I started to work. So after
Wow.
I almost completed 1 year, my father proposed that, okay, shall we start looking for alliances? So exactly what I said, okay, give me 2 years, give me 3 years, and I kept pushing it as much as I can. But this is commendable, Nancy, to actually be able to, independently voice your opinion, to
Yeah.
them who actually have made us confident and capable to voice our opinion is commendable. And marriage, of course, is, I think, irrespective of which background we come from, which community we come from, which Eli is also saying that marriage means you are settled in life. That's like the be all and end all of everything. And but
Yeah.
many a times I have also seen that for people, the moment that alliance happens, things start to flourish. So in case of Nancy also, when she got married, she eventually did voice her thoughts to her spouse and said that I wish to pursue my ambition. And kudos to your husband who actually have, stood by you and
Sure,
made you
sure.
stand tall to reach where you are today. And we are so grateful to every individual who's walked your path to shape you to
Wow.
be here. That's our gratification because what you're doing is commendable. So
Thank you.
Nancy,
Thank you so much.
शादी हो गई, जिसने जो कहना था वो कह भी दिया, आपने अपना करियर दोबारा से स्टार्ट किया, एंड देन natural progression happened, and Nancy Juneja, the professional, the ambitious woman, became a mother the first time. Being a mother and having to manage so many other things is indeed, it takes a lot of effort, mental, emotional, and physical. So, how did you manage when the first time around you conceived? Because perhaps that would have been a point where you would have kick-started your profession, your career.
Exactly, exactly, exactly.
How was
Yeah.
that? How was that journey of yours?
Yeah, so that's so wonderful that you're asking upon. And I feel while we are talking, Itaji, I mean, there'll be so many who are already thinking this, that yes, even I was thinking to start my career, but maybe due to society and all, I kept lagging it. So I'll say ki, marriage, maternity, they don't put a full stop ever on your career, on your passions. It is just a myth. They never put a full stop. It is up to you when you want to, put a comma, pause, and full stop in your life. But yes, it gives you a little, you can say, a breather for your own self when you get to know yourself, that what are your priorities in life, and you tend to have little, you can say, a dent that you have to overcome it, a speed breaker, you can say. And then when you pick up the speed, there's nothing like that. So that is what happened. So after wedding, yes, I started my entrepreneurship journey by RevUp Life Skills Unit. I started presenting myself as never, a daughter of this and this family. Till now, people, when me and my father sometimes coincidentally are invited as a guest of honor at the same function, we realize that we're together in our own individual capacity. Otherwise, it's all, my own individual profile that is going ahead. So I started RevUp, got introduced in many schools and all, curriculum, universities. But yes, I never traveled outside Delhi because I conceived in the meanwhile. And that was the time I was just started. So people used to give me all these suggestions that how you are doing. It is wonderful that you're giving these curriculums. You'll be able to do. We are, we trust you, but you're wearing a chuda in your hand. And then, I mean, people could see, that I'm on my family way. And then people used to see a young girl coming up with such proposals for the management, for teachers who are 60 years, 40 years running in the school. They won't hear you. So why don't you have a oldie, a gray hair, someone in your team? They used to suggest me this. I mean, the kind of challenges I used to say, Indian education doesn't accept someone like Sushmita Sen and Mehuna. They want educationists to be with spectacles, with sari, and with grey haired. Somehow I was like, what to do? I mean, I have done these research. I want to, bring in the change in curriculum. I was the one who started life skills, and proposed it to many curriculum, CBSE and many others. So I used to face all these challenges. I said, doesn't matter. I took it on the way. And what I did was, so having my first born child, Darsh Juneja, who is the strength or reason of my career progress, I'll say today. And I started my workshops from the vicinity of my area. I said I cannot travel much, and before starting and experimenting in the schools, why don't I do personal mentoring? Now that was a jackpot for me, not commercial wise, never at all. Commercial is always secondary for me. For me, it is, giving value, giving so much to society that society realizes what is the value that you're giving them. So I started doing personal mentoring, group mentoring of the students of the startup, or their mothers started coming to me. And trust me, it was something that they were introducing myself to me, that not just the curriculum of education I can do for professionals also. Except I remember I was in my seventh, eighth month when four merchant navy officer came to me for their interview preparations. And when once they cleared, they introduced me to their logistics department. I got a contract to train around 300, 400 merchant navy officers. I mean, everything just unfold. So it is said universe is all there to help you. It is all there to bring all the resources to you, no matter how the doors are closing and shut for you, how much challenges you're doing, if you are consistent in your efforts. So then I came to realize that wow, I can build in the curriculum for even professionals, be it merchant navy, CS, CA, for everyone. Soon I was known for campus to corporate. That was my module. If you search YouTube in 2016, 2017, back 8, 7 years, I was known for this. I was known for acing interviews everywhere, whether it is Airtel, Maruti, going to online education. That happened. And it was very well. I was operating from home during my pregnancy, and rather, it was at times when I never used to travel to my office. People used to come to my home to take mentoring sessions. Even now, I mean, the doors of home are always open for the people who, check my Facebook and they say, LinkedIn and all, they say, you must be busy. And then, I just say them, no, I started from the personal mentoring, group mentoring, and still that is the closest to my heart. However, I travel to all the IITs, IIMs, and all the wonderful countries, what is closest is the kids and the startup mentoring that I do one on one, the change I see in them. Because from where I started, I can never forget it. And that my baby made it start, because I was not able to go. I had to nurture him, I had to feed him, I had to be always be available. So I used to give the hours when he's sleeping. I was operating from my home almost 2 years. Almost 2 years. I was nowhere on even social media. Can you beat that? It is just some years ago. Now people tell me that you're all over social media. I mean, that is for good work, but I was not there. It was work which was speaking. My students took me to different colleges. They used to refer me. I never had time to go to any college with my CV. Never. It was my students who introduced me everywhere. And soon I used to see that, okay, the things are working for me. My first born went to preschool. And then I started, okay, I have 4 hours with me. Now let's go out. And then I started upon again, working in corporates, working in different education institutions, and the life just goes on. I feel I would love to say that my second born, my girl Mahira, I named her Mahira because I want her to be mahir in everything, to be talented in everything. So Mahira, when she was born, before one day, I was awarded in Woman Influencer in 2017, and before one day, that time also I told, I'm telling on open forums, Ekta ji, that I told my mother-in-law that okay, I'm going for a prenatal yoga session, and she was all astonished that your delivery can be any time, and you're popping up with work now also. And I was going for, oh sorry, I was going for receiving my award from the ministry that time. So lot many things happen. If you see, I am telling you that I, yes, for my parents, for my in-laws, for my husband, I try to communicate that this is me, and this is, what I want to do in life. And they embraced it. I used to tell them that, boss, please give me 1, 2 hours. I know this is important for me, because maternity was very important, something which I'm giving life inside my womb. But there is something inside my heart always, how can I let it go? I want to make a difference. So I was giving time to both. Now I feel I have 3 children. First was my career, which I started before my kids, and the kids came along, and now all three I'm able to nurture very well.
Wonderful. Before I put my two bits, I'm going to read out a few comments for you. Mukesh ji saying that both of you are torch bearers, very pertinent questions and very relevant responses for all to
Wow.
learn and adopt. And this looks like a curtain raiser to the upcoming International Women's Day. Thank you, Mukesh ji. Eli is saying that she's loving this conversation and time management. prioritizing the goals is essential. Sunita Gupta ji saying, what a spirit, really wonderful. Kamal ji is also welcoming you. I
Wonderful,
want to
Jean.
give you a hug because while there are two people on the screen, but what I'm hearing from you is taking me back to a few years that something similar was going on with me also.
Wow, bingo.
If you were receiving an award while, perhaps the next day or a few days hence you delivered, I delivered my baby, and the first thing that I did was I attended a client call. And I
Wow.
was rubbished by her that you are mad. You've just delivered. What the hell are you doing? You put the phone
Yeah.
down. I think, becoming a mother actually gives you that power. It doesn't take away. Yes, we do enter the world of the pee and the poo and the changing of diapers and nurturing the baby. But I think along with that, the responsibility increases multifold because you then are not only creating an image for your own self, but you're also creating an image for the baby who has come, who will look up because the first role model in the life of any child is a mother,
Yeah.
be it a role model for leadership or anything. She's the first teacher who he or she experiences. And if they are someone who are willing to let go of their priorities, I think that's the message we also convey to our kids, that it's okay to procrastinate, it's okay to let go of your goals, or it's okay to let go of your dreams. And I feel so, so happy that with all the challenges that you have faced, like, look, nobody comes without challenges in life. It's going to be a very dull and boring life. As they say that all work and no play makes Jack a dull person. Similarly, a
So, so
life
well said.
without challenges is dull and boring. But what choices we make is in our control. And I think you've made those beautiful choices at the right time. And what I, draw from you, the essence of the conversation till now is that communicating what you want is very essential. If you don't let the other person know what you are feeling, what you wish to do, I think we let anybody and everybody to their own imagination. And then there are these, the discord that happens, the unpleasantness that happens in a relationship. Then that whole thing goes topsy turvy.
So well, I mean, this is like putting me on many thoughts to share. I would love to add on जो आपने कहा कि communication is very important, and if we don't communicate well, that adds to little, not little, much misunderstanding in any relation. Um, I was also victim of it. I will express it openly, though I'm a communication coach, I'm a global conference speaker, and so on. So I was in that condition to be a good girl. To be a good girl, I'll repeat again. So a good girl means after wedding, you are adjusting, you are always, I'll not say compromising, but you are in a polished words adjusting because girls को adjust ही करना होता है good girls को. Good girls have to balance everything. But trust me, even I mean, everything was good. My in-laws are the best family I could ever get. I mean, I say in-laws because it is understood like that. It's my family. It's like I'm blessed with two mothers, two fathers, and everything is good. But there was something in me communication thing that I never used to put my wishes. 2 years of wedding, no one knew that there's a career woman in me. People used to tell me, "Oh my God, you just got married. It is honeymoon period," and all these stuff was, in my mind that don't do this. Unmarried, you've done so much work. Take a break. I mean, for 1 year, adjust according to the home, and all that stuff goes on. But please, there's nothing like that to everyone. What Ekaji said rightly, please communicate your feelings. I mean, wherever, in whichever phase of your life you are, be it a girl, be it a wife, a daughter, a sister, tell your expectations, breathe out. I mean, you feel so suffocated when you're not able to express yourself. I mean, we say that we are living in democratic country, we have a right to vote, right to speak. But ask yourself, all the women out there, are we actually speaking freely about whatever we want, whatever we desire in our workplace, in our home? It happens after years we are speaking. I mean, trust me. I mean, so many in my family never knew that I am so much, ambitious and career oriented till the time I opened my fists, day by day, while I'm comfortable doing. But otherwise, everyone wants to just accustom themselves according to life. कि जैसा आपको मिला है, आप वैसे रहो. It is never कि someone else can also understand us. It was never like that for girls. So for all the women, let's break the stereotype. Please express yourself. And there are so many who are, everyone is there, everyone is good. I feel everyone is there to understand you. It is in the women only. They think that they can be Rani Jhansi, they can do everything themselves, managing, one man army. And I was also like that, not asking for support. Career is there, so taking my kid along everywhere in the seminars and all that stuff. I've done all that crazy things till the time I had my second one. I realized that no, boss, I cannot do all. I have to ask for help. So, trust me, every woman needs support, be it from your family, be it at your workplace, be it from your friends. And we are living in such a wonderful ecosystem where each one of us, women are building each other these days. Being the heading the global chairperson for MENTOrx Women, for on the eve of Women's Day coming up. I mean, this is the month of March, and what a wonderful, month to be interviewed. I'll say to all the women out, keep expressing yourself. Let us accept that we are that weird creatures who want everything. We want our set home, clean home, best children. They should be good in everything, and wonderful, outings and amazing career life. We want everything. We are not greedy. One life, we understand that we can make it happen. And as Ektaji rightly said, being a mother doesn't adds a lot of responsibilities, but I feel being a mother add your tolerance power, add your patience. I mean, who can deal with these 2 years getting the school also in home? We can do everything. We women can do everything in this world. I mean, we have run the home schools, we have run the home kitchen, we have run our corporate life, and then also we are not insane. Yeah. So so kudos to all of us for who we are. We are the
Absolutely.
most beautiful creatures. We are the only ones who can create a life. All this life, it is created by a woman. A woman gives birth to a life. So, जब हम life को create कर सकते हैं, we can create any miracle in this world. That is the message I
Absolutely.
want.
Absolutely. So, Ira is, I think that's a comment that I really like. He's saying that for a change, let the family adjust with our goals and aspirations and what it takes to fulfill those aspirations. Playing the victim card no longer works. And asking for help many a times is also considered a sign of weakness or failure. But I think, this is how we've been brought up कि अगर आप मदद मांगोगे तो आप एक कमजोर इंसान हो. But वैसा नहीं है. I think time has come to actually walk the theme that is being set aside for International Women's Day for 2023. It started from I dare to I choose to challenge, and this year we're talking about embrace equity. And I think what you just spoke about is actually embracing equity. I personally feel that we've been fighting for equality, you know that we are equal. I don't think anybody can ever be equal to anyone. You and I being women cannot be equal to each other because we have our own inherent skill sets, we have our own talent, we have our own shortcomings and weaknesses.
जी.
Then how can there be equality? But can we both perform to our ability without being judged
Wow.
as a woman? That I
Wonderful.
think becomes very important. Since you touched upon mentorix women, there are so many hats, Nancy, that you wear in addition to being a daughter, daughter-in-law, wife, mother, RevUp skills, the founder. You've been imparting knowledge, skills to children and adults. Mentorix women, when did this happen? And how did you get into this space along with Dr. Manish Jinder?
This is a wonderful and a beautiful phase of my life, I'll say. It is said, Ektaji, that alone you can go far, but together you can go very far. There's no leaps and bounds of what you can do. And I feel in Hindi we say, ek aur ek gyara. That is what happened with us. So I'll say, with all the God's grace, see, yes, alone I have my own companies, I'm running the show. And in the meanwhile, I get to attend many conferences, many networking meets, many wonderful people I come across, which actually, expand my thinking horizon that we can do this also. I mean, like I told you in the RevUp, I mean, I never knew that apart from education institutions, I can do professionals also, and I was already doing it. My clients made me do that. So while I was attending all these conferences and all too, and that is how we came across, and I'm blessed to have such a wonderful cooperative co-founder. And I'll say, when we started, Dr. Jindal, when we started upon MentorX, it was never that we two started upon. I mean, Saur is running his own set of wonderful companies. I'm running my own show. It was like, let's give back to society. Let's come together to do something which is phenomenal. Let's come together to do something which touch the code of the people, not just of our country, of the entire universe. Because I guess, I mean, it was not just hierarchy that we are the co-founders and I'm the global chairperson, you are the founding president. Never at all. It is a family where all the people who are commenting, Mukesh ji, Ila ji, and everyone, I mean, Umang ji, everyone who has been commenting here, they all the part of MentorX family. If you've ever been, in any of, yes, we have done so many projects together, and in any of the MentorX events, it is what we believe is one word, one family. That whoever has talent, whoever has latent capability, the different domains we're catering to, around 1,000 chapters we've already launched in MentorX Women. I mean, you name it and we have it. I mean, gone are the days when women were just in teaching. So now we have, interiors, teaching, author, IT, artificial intelligence, pharmaceuticals. I mean, HR, leadership. I mean, so many professionals out there who've joined us in their own individual capacity, be it MentorX Business or in MentorX Social. We have two divisions. So everyone is running their own show, but with MentorX, it is a wonderful, ecosystem which is promoting each other, supporting each other with none of self motive. So let's grow together. Let's I mean, increase and leverage our own network. We believe there is sun for everyone. I can't say, oh, this is my sun, this is just giving me the light today. There is sun for the whole universe. Like that, there are opportunities in the world for everyone. I'm into education, I'm into life skills, communication, startup mentoring. There's so many who are better than me, who are already there. I should also grow, they should also grow. That is the feeling that we have in MentorX, MentorX Women, and we all wish to grow together. I mean, you are a wonderful poetess. I have tried to do little poetry, though I'm into my happy and sorted in my education write ups. So, but we try to learn from each other. What I mean to say is coming together, matching the synergies and creating something which is beautiful, leveraging each other network. Maybe I have, 50,000 contacts in my cell right now. It is no much of my use, but if it is used to someone else, why don't we give them? I mean, I feel real women fix each other crown. That is what we are here for. We want prosperity for everyone. If someone someday you call me and you say that this and this is my project and I want your cooperation, even if I am not keen in it, I know there's someone in my network who is keen in it, and I can plug the dots. Ekaji, I'll just say that wherever I am today, it is not because of one person or two people. There's so many dots that the universe have connected. And similarly, I wish to be that some dot in someone's career. I wish to be someone who made a difference in someone's life. And not I, when I say I, it is like I'm representing Mentrix Woman, the body, which is right there for each and every one. Join us, I mean, anytime without any judgments, expectations. Just give yourself and trust me, the universe given many folds. I mean, there's so
Absolutely.
much in the word we can share with each other.
Absolutely. As they say that the butterfly effect of networking has
Wow.
to be something that everybody needs to understand. I help you, you in turn help someone, and then the chain goes on. That chain of humanity, the chain of giving, perhaps needs to be beautifully crafted before the chain
Sure.
of receiving is crafted. So,
Exactly.
Mukesh ji is saying that there is a quote which you apparently used in Gwalior. He's saying, uh,
Okay.
chances never make a life. It's the choices you make that build life.
I'll
Absolutely.
connect with Mukeshji. It is you don't make choices, choices make you. I say
You
right away today.
Yes,
Yeah, he
yes.
was also there in
And
that
yes,
term. Yeah.
Puja is saying the very basis, as you said, to give back to society is a commendable thought. So we see the organization go places so inspiring and humbling at the same time. Absolutely. I think anybody or everybody who's, hearing you today will definitely see that journey of no one to become someone. And
Oh,
and to become someone by accepting the situation, working your way up the situation, be it the good, bad, or the ugly, and be grounded. I think that is your key to success, as I understand. You have attained something for yourself, and I'm sure there is a lot more that you will attain for yourself. You are going
okay,
places
blessings
and
always.
all the platform, big, small, and I the humbleness that I see in your accepting, you know
Wonderful.
at one point you're talking at the Women Economic Forum, at one point you're here at Motherhood Club. We're a very small platform, and
Not
but
all.
to one request and you are here. I think that in itself speaks volume about you, the generous the generous nature and approach that you have. Nancy, moving on to a very important aspect,
G.
you mentioned that there were many challenges that you faced to reach where you are today, and it's commendable to acknowledge that. Any one such challenge that you experienced, which really kind of haunted you, but you were hell bent to get over it and create that happy space for yourself, if you are comfortable sharing it.
Wow, now that's a tough one, and only a tough person can get this out of me. Like you. Yeah, there are many challenges in women's life. Sometimes you cannot open to it. I mean, trust me, I've given a lot of talks, be TEDx, Josh Talks, and many else platform that you mentioned upon. There were some barriers always. And some barriers always my own and from my family also, not to mention certain out things because we're living in some society which is very judgmental. But yeah, like every woman, I'll say as a mother, we at times become very guilty of working. I don't know why. Same with me. If my child has an exam, if he's off to school, if I've made sure that everything is good at home, my child, is going to school and everything is managed, then I step out. But if anything goes here and there, trust me, it is not a hunky. It is not a smooth life. I mean, not because of others, because of your own self. I, even me, I mean, at this stage too. I mean, people say that okay, how you do certain things in 24 hours and all that. Everything is same. A mother has to do everything. Mother is doing all the responsibilities, not out of obligation, out of my own will. As a wife, as a daughter-in-law, as a daughter, I'm always there for the people who matter to me, even for my own society. But at times you have to raise hands up and you feel guilty that no, the work comes later. I say proudly here I have three babies, career and two, but trust me, the careers always come backseat, and I wish to see my family, my kids, and my all the work, my team, everything to be very sorted. So yes, I remember one episode, it is many of them, but one episode when I knew my flight is like next day 10 a.m. for a conference in Chennai, and everything is sorted. I make sure that whenever my conference is there, I already in advance give a play date to my kids that they're satisfied, mom is with them, and I manage all. But my kid was with me and she got hurt. It is very natural, you know. I got her like everything happened. If I remember that day, I was in tears because that conference was very important for me the next day, and my child needed me. She never, and I needed her. I needed to be with her. So, though it was just a scratch over, she got certain stitches. I mean, I was not able to move on. I was not able to even say that cancel the tickets because I was not able to accept it. Definitely, I wanted a robot that time that can go and, represent myself there, but my heart was here. I, as a mother, as a human being, um, I can only perform well at my work when everything is taken care by Almighty. Beside, I'll say, I guess that's why. That's how it operates. I cannot perform even if I'm here and I know there is something which needs my attention at my back. I will not be able to perform how I am. I'll not be able to give it 100% to my work. That is what happened. So my husband told me that, okay, go to the conference. I'll take an off. I'll be with her. You'll be back by evening. So what? I mean, just move on. This will happen. And as you move on in life, this will happen a lot much. So, but I was not able to take that step ahead. I went, I was completely on video call for the first time ever. I never practiced for my, keynotes and my mentoring. For the first time ever, I was on the stage and I was like blank that time, just thinking, how will she be? Though she did a video call with me that she's happy and, she's all good. But still, what I'm telling you is there's so many challenges that come across. When I was, there's so much to be done. Then I heard upon I was not able to, be present at my first cousin wedding due to something which was very, very important. I made up for it, but there's some things in life you can't make up. And, there's a confession that they still make me remember that you were not there because of this. But that was something which was parallel. So, yes, in some of the wedding functions, I'll say. So, yes, there are many things that you have to, make people understand because people expect that, okay, she knows that this is there, so she will be there. No one asks you that what are you having on the other side. It is you have to decide. You have to, as we discussed in the program earlier, you have to communicate that I have this parallel things going on and I want to manage both. But trust me, when you communicate to others, they understand and the life is very smoother and you try to get it all.
Absolutely. And I think that's what, makes a professional human, that you have emotions, you have a family, you have many other priorities to take care. While you may be a personality in front of many people, but there is a softer side to that individual. There is that, there is a mommy in that woman, so which is very, very natural. So, Nancy, I'm sure we can go on and on talking to you because there is so much about you.
Sure.
But, before I put a closure to our conversation for today, at least, we spoke about you as a daughter-in-law, as a mother, as a professional, right? But amongst all of this, there is Nancy the individual.
Wow.
So who actually is Nancy? What does Nancy stand for? What does Nancy, like, is she a perfectionist, or is she is someone who believes in making sure that things happen? Sometimes a perfectionist, sometimes she's willing to let go. Who are you?
Now, I must say, Taji, I mean, you should be in the beauty pageants round, though I am the jury many times. I'm going to refer you now. They are wonderful questions, and you know exactly where to touch the chord. So, yes, like every person has a dual personality. It is not like what you show outside, what is you. I mean, people know me as an extrovert, but I'm a diehard introvert. I mean, people know me as a person who is everywhere. But if the people who are viewing me and they know me during my, I mean, school, even college, I was the one who never spoke to anyone. I mean, So the real Nancy is a soul seeker. She is good with all. There are so many people in the journey who mess up with you. She's not the person who will mess up with them. She'll be the person who will be soul seeker and who will take a step behind and just ask her Almighty why it happened. I have a divine connection. I'll say that I treat myself as a person who is born to discover her purpose of life at each phase of life, and who is born to discover other people's purpose too. And I am the person who get attached to every being, so of course connected to many NGOs since almost before I was working. I mean, for the women empowerment for the children. So my heart, my real self is the person who wish to I've been blessed with everything, I'll say, by divine care. So I want to be there for the people who are, who are not being blessed with probably what I have been given. Like, I love the most about of the being wife, the mother, and trust me, everything. It is very big, but yeah, when I go to take my sessions in Tihar jail, trust me, There's no cameras, there's no sellers allowed, but my heart pours for them. And then that real Nancy comes out, that we are all born as an individual, but what life we are got, it is not, we cannot claim on it. I mean, who is peeping in your house and your cars and your inherited property? It is only your beliefs, your values, which will stand you out. So I wish to make my own karmas. I wish to do good deeds. My real me doesn't get attached to the family I belong to the surname, to the legacy I've been carried to. Yes, I take it as God has given me this and I'm blessed. But my real me is just Nancy who has come alone without anything, any of the leisures, who will go not with anything, who will go as an educationist, as an empowerer, and who will be remembered by the people to make difference in their life. That's it.
Beautiful. I want to read out a poem for you. Uh, I think it
Sure.
resonates with who you are, is what I understand. So I wrote this, every time when we go out, meet people, you take sessions on personality development and talking about skills. I do financial awareness programs. And of course,
Wow.
when we go to our social work. So मुझे लगता है कि आप भी अपनी ज़िंदगी की सवारी खुद हैं। तो उसी पे है। It's something that I'd like to read for you because I think it resonates with all that I heard from you. And उससे पहले कुछ एक कमेंट्स आए वो मैं आराम से पढ़ती हूँ because I can't see the names right yet. So the poem goes like this. हिंदी में है। मैं सवारी हूँ अपनी जिंदगी की गाड़ी की, सारथी भी हूँ। सवारी भी हूँ और सारथी भी हूँ। मैं सवारी हूँ अपनी महत्वाकांक्षाओं की, ख्वाबों की उड़ान की। मैं सवारी हूँ उन सब की जिनकी उम्मीद मुझ पर है टिकी। For all those lovely people who you've been mentoring. मैं सवारी हूँ हर उस औरत की और बच्चे की जो खुली आंखों से ख्वाब देखते हैं, अपने सपनों को पूरा करने का दम रखते हैं। मसीहा नहीं, नहीं हूँ मैं तो बस एक ज़रिया। सवारी हूँ तुम्हें तुम्हारी मंजिल तक ले जाने की, सवारी हूँ तुमको आत्मनिर्भर बनाने की। बिकॉज़ मैंने ये अपने पर्सपेक्टिव से लिखी थी तो
Wow,
फाइनेंशियल है,
wow.
लेकिन आपके लिए भी रेलेवेंट है क्योंकि यू आल्सो कम फ्रॉम एन इकोनॉमिक्स बैकग्राउंड, यू वर्कड विद अ
Yeah,
बैंक इन द
yeah,
पास्ट।
sure, sure.
सवारी हूँ मैं तुम्हारे वित्तीय साक्षरता की, आओ कि मैं तुम्हारे लिए रुकी हुई हूँ। तुम्हें तुम ही से मिलवाने के लिए रुकी हुई हूँ। एक को भी मंजिल हासिल करवा दी तो समझूंगी कि मेरी ज़िंदगी का मकसद पूर्ण हुआ।
Wow, this
इस
is
जहाँ में मेरे
phenomenal.
आने का मतलब पूर्ण हुआ। अगर हर इंसान एक दूसरे के लिए सवारी बन जाए, तो ये जहाँ कितना खूबसूरत बन जाए। एंड आप एक्चुअली वो सवारी भी हैं और वो सारथी भी हैं। यू नो हाउ लॉर्ड कृष्णा became the Sarthi of Arjun to guide
Wow.
him,
This
mentor him.
can bring out the emotional side of me, and I'll have a tickle in my eye right now because this is something which is you've put forward. With your due permission, I will love to read out this poem in some of my conferences. This is wonderful, with giving due credit to you. I mean,
Thank
this
you
is
so
touching the heart. So well written. This is written by you, so I feel beauty is all in appreciation for you yourself. You can feel it. You yourself are this. That's why you've written it. And thank you
much. I
so
do
much for the dedication. I mean, trust me, to earn all these words is the real me, is the real Nancy.
absolutely. And Pooja Singh, thank you for sharing what it takes to be in order to fulfill your dreams. And Mukesh, he says that his key takeaway is so many people may mess with you, but don't mess up with them. Uh, Pooja is saying you are way too deep in thoughts, the amazing individual who's truly inspiring. And Nancy, thank you so much. I loved every bit of the conversation, but I think one conversation alone is not going to justify. I need to
I
have
wish to
more.
see Ekta ji if we can add this energy virtually. I wish to meet you and give you a tight bear hug very soon.
Absolutely. And I definitely hope that very soon we will get a chance to meet and
Ji.
have you share more of your thoughts, on maybe personality development and how to build up skills, or maybe request you to, meet up with those kids who we work with, come share your experience and knowledge with them because these
Sure.
kids who come from humble background, if they get the right guidance from someone like you, I'm sure they can go places. So
Wow. Wow.
but for today,
This
I'm
is
going to put a little bit of a stop, but to meet again soon. So thank you so much from the entire team at Motherhood Club for speaking, and your positivity is very, very infectious. The smile on your face, the confidence that you exhibit, and
Wow.
still hard to believe that you're an introvert because but I think you have also worked upon yourself, which
Lot, a lot.
is
Thank you so much. This has been such a heartwarming one. And yes, if given a chance, I want to be locked in a room just with me myself because I really don't get that time. So
okay.
yes, being an introvert too, you can turn into such a chirpy, talkative, extrovert, people going person that people know me now. But yes, just keep alive, the child in you, and the message to everyone. As the title says, no one to someone, person to personality. It can happen when you ask yourself, can I to I can. So just shift yourself from can I to I can, and you will be featured here as no one to someone.
Absolutely. Anila, I'm jealous of you. She's saying that she was lucky to get a warm hug from you when you both had met. I'm waiting for mine, Nancy. So we will definitely meet soon. But till then,
Sure.
take care and keep doing this amazing work. I'm sure our paths are going to cross very soon.
Wonderful, G. God bless each and every one, you and each one viewing your wonderful show. Thank you so much for making our day. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So, thank you everyone who joined us to hear this amazing conversation, amazing thoughts shared by Dr. Nancy Juneja. If you wish to be here to share your thoughts, be our guest. You can get in touch with the team. Wait for some more interesting conversations coming your way in the entire month of March, definitely dedicated to women as it's the month of women. Till then, stay safe. Signing off for today. Bye bye. Take care.
Wow. Namaskar.